Hello right bags, it's Jade Plays Games. Welcome to a little mini access show. Just a few news bits that I thought were really interesting to do with Xbox Games Pass coming to Nintendo Switch. A cancelled Xbox game, now reportedly a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and the news that PlayStation is starting to implement its own style early access. If you played lots of games on the Xbox, you'll know all about the game preview program, and if you play it on Steam, you know there's a ton of early access. Most of my channel is built around early access games. PS4 has had to wait for some of these games to come around, and yes, it does have some better exclusives like God of War and Spider-Man, but nevertheless, lots of games I cover, people are really desperate to see them come to PS4, and it's always a case of waiting until they're finished. Well, maybe this is the start, so I'm going to be giving you information about that. It also has a link to the fact that Dreams, the game, the guys that made Little Big Planet, they are making something brand new, and I've shown this off last year, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. So come with me, it's Jade Plays Games, it's mini access show, let's go. So a couple of weeks ago it was in the news and I was going to cover it, but I was just busy. Xbox is reportedly going to provide Xbox Live for the Nintendo Switch. Microsoft have been pushing towards putting Xbox Live more and more on mobile devices, and not just having a watered down version or a version where you can talk to friends, but actual proper Xbox Live, communicate just like you would on your console and play games just like you would on your console. They're really going for it with the Games Pass, and it looks like Nintendo Switch is open to the possibility of having Xbox Live on their platform and the Games Pass too. Now at the moment these are mostly just rumours coming from Direct Feed Games, but it does make sense with all the stuff that's been going on with Microsoft and Nintendo. They've opened up to each other to allow crossplay on games like Minecraft, Rocket League, and of course famously Fortnite, pressuring Sony to finally open up crossplay. We also know that Nintendo has had a lot of criticism for its own online service. Really hasn't been fit for features. It doesn't include voice chat. You have to download a separate app and use your mobile phone, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it in today's modern age. And so maybe Nintendo are getting that part of the deal from Xbox. They provide the live service, how to connect and play with your friends for big social multiplayer games, and likewise they get a chance to sell their games on Nintendo Switch and make some sort of license money from what they're selling too. However, the latest rumour though says that we could be getting an Xbox Games Pass as part of that. Now they really are pushing this. More and more Microsoft are putting their full emphasis on having a Netflix style type of business. There's been some talk about the fact they're not really going to be aiming for AAA games in the future as much, and maybe just making more rapid games that you would play and consume because you always got the Games Pass available. So that looks like that could be happening. This is all going to be going via Project X cloud technology, and this has been something Microsoft have been pushing for about 18 months, 2 years properly now. They've been in their plans for a lot longer than that, but it's starting to get a name now. It's starting to really grab a steam and basically allows a lot faster streaming of games to devices. So it could be a real possibility you be able to play Xbox Games Pass games on your Nintendo Switch. I'm sure there will be some limits, and it's not just going to be the Switch they're focusing on. Portable devices is probably going to be the main aspect of that as well, but it does look like that is their ambitions. I will leave the link to the original video, go and check it out for yourself if you want to. It would also help a lot, I think, with the fact that Switch only supports YouTube, InkyPen and Hulu. It doesn't really have Netflix on it, and it's just really lacking in terms of apps. Also take into account that Xbox has done really badly in Japan with all of their consoles, so it would be an opportunity to make money there. And if you're wondering that the Switch is a potato and can't handle it, well, don't forget Switch is rumoured to be upgrading this year. There's going to be an announcement saying that there's a new version of the Switch. While not being a complete overhaul, it will be an upgrade on the current version, which may possibly allow you to play some of the more high definition games, or at least have much more available in terms of the power on the games that can be available on the Switch. The Switch was one of the best selling consoles in the last few months in America, beating out Xbox and the PS4 on occasion. Don't doubt how popular the Switch is, so I think it's really good. I like the idea of it. And so part of that rumour, or to do with it, is the fact that Scalebound, the Microsoft exclusive, could be coming back to life on Nintendo Switch. Now it got cancelled in early 2017. God knows why. As this article states, Crackdown 3, which is getting a bit of a pasting at the moment, is available and looks like it's an ancient game. How did they not go with something brand new like Scalebound? But it does look like Nintendo really like the idea of it, and it looks like they're going to scale it back and put it out on the Nintendo Switch. According to some resources, particularly from Game Informer's Imran Khan and Kind of Funny Game YouTube show, basically senior editors describe a game that's thought to be dead that Nintendo's reviving. The report states that Scalebound is very likely the game in question. I have confidence in my resources to report that it's my understanding that Scalebound has been resurrected as a project to be released as a Nintendo Switch exclusive, said Seed House. Be really interesting how people take that. Obviously it wasn't meant to be an Xbox exclusive. Are Xbox fans going to be really super upset that a game was theirs and now it's not? I reckon if Xbox and Nintendo are getting friendly and all up together, I can't see that being an issue. I reckon it'll end up being a game that comes to Xbox as well. But who knows? You never know. You never know. So, will that happen soon? Maybe not. I probably wouldn't expect any more news about that until way into the summer, possibly E3 at the earliest. Now, another interesting rumour to do with Steam and mobiles before we get on to the last bit about the early access for PS4 is they may be partnering up with Samsung and they're going to be able to stream games from Steam directly to your S10 phone. Now, we've had this kind of stuff before. I remember Sony were trying to do it with their mobile phones, being able to stream PlayStation 4 games, and it does work to some extent for a lot of them. There is a way you can do it, just like it is for the Vita. But this is something they could be possibly looking at. Now, the Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus is going to be pretty expensive. Whether or not it's going to be pretty close to being able to fulfill what people want from their Steam games, I'm not too sure. But remember, this is streaming it. It doesn't need all that back-end stuff. It is streaming the game rather than actually playing it completely on that device. So it probably suit simulation games, games that don't rely on twitch reflexes. So don't expect to maybe be playing PUBG or Call of Duty or anything on your phone. But nevertheless, I mean, well, you have got PUBG on your phone. What am I talking about? But you get the idea. It's not necessarily going to be as much as you think is needed to get these type of games maybe on mobile where you could play a lot of them and stream them. So that is something I'm going to keep up to date with that, because that would be really interesting. The S10 is coming out on March the 8th. And yeah, it could be cool if you could stream a lot of your Steam games on it. Okay, right, PS4 Dreams is a really hybrid custom game maker. You can create your own style games, your animations, all sorts of things. A little bit based on Little Big Planet's customization where you can make your own levels. They've gone all out, so it's no longer just based around obviously the puppet, whatever his name was, Sackboy, but it is more robust. And they've been working on this a while. It was meant to come out last year. It got delayed. And the closest we've had to a release date is some point in 2019. Well, they've just announced it's going to be coming out this spring. And it's not only that, it's going to be early access. Now, this is important because PlayStation 4 doesn't have early access. Desperately wanted early access. Some people don't like it, but for the majority of games, people that watch my channel, you guys would love to have it, because it means you'd get a chance to play some of the games that have been on Xbox earlier, or possibly even more Steam connection games that Sony could maybe partner up with and get them on their platform in early access too. So I think it's a great idea, and this is what they've had to say. As well as fun, deep interactive tutorials catering for all skill sets and levels, said Media Molecule, crafted our games ready to play in Remix. If you joined us during the beta period, you'll also have your beta creations to return to. Along the way, we'll be adding more features, tutorials, arcade levels and assets during the early access period as we build towards the full slate of launch content. Early access won't have everything that the full version of Dreams will, but you'll get 100% of the same Dreams tools that we have used every day at Media Molecules to make the content. Now, what's interesting is it's going to be a limited release, i.e. Sony are going to take it off the store once a certain number of copies have been sold. So when it does go live, you need to pick it up pretty quick. Otherwise, it really could face a situation where you won't actually be able to buy it again until it's out of early access. That makes it a little bit weird. I'm guessing they're only doing this for Dreams, and rather than going full sale for any other type of game they may do in the future. Sony has had early access in the past. There have been a few games that have taken advantage of being in beta, or they've been labelled free to play, but really they are early access. And free to play games like Fortnite and other games have always been added on or worked on or been called a beta or early access editions. Sony really only object to it when you've got to pay money for it. But even Ark Survival Evolved came out and that was nowhere near full 1.0 release, but they managed to convince Sony it was adequate enough to actually go as a full game. So PlayStation need to fix up. They need to add more early access games, and although this is maybe a little bit more special because Media Molecules is kind of owned by Sony or got real good links with them, it'd still be interesting if they do start rolling this out to other games. So I really hope they do. Dreams is going to be $30 or €30. I guess UK is going to be about the same price, maybe 25. And precise date release for the early access window version has not been confirmed yet, but we are also no closer to the actual full release version date yet either. So there we go. It has just had a beta in January. There's been lots of videos going around showing people's stuff, creations. That's been pretty cool and what everyone's been doing. People have even made a battle royale style game. Dreams is going to support 4 to 8 players, so you could even make your own mini battle royale game, but it's not going to have online multiplayer until after launch. So don't get too excited. If you're really creative and the idea of making your own game seems pretty cool or exciting, definitely could be something interesting to go along with and take a little look and see what they're going to be doing. But it's definitely a story I'm going to keep up to date with because I've wanted to play this game for a while. I love the creativity in it, and the idea that it's going to be an early access version, I think that could be pretty interesting. So I will let you guys know, and if I get any more news or info about other games coming to early access on PS4, again I'll let you guys know. Let me know in the comment section, are you hyped for Xbox doing more collabs with Nintendo Switch? What do you think about Scalebound becoming a Nintendo exclusive? And what do you feel about early access games on PS4? Good idea, bad idea? And are you interested in Dreams at all? I'm Jade Plays Games. I'll see you right back for another video very soon. Bye bye.